a recap of what I wore to two back-to-back conferences this past week. Many of you know, who've been following me on the blog, that I zipped down to Dallas, Texas for 3 days, and then I zipped up to New York City for a couple more days. And there were two conferences that I attended by two very different companies in the blogging industry, in the blog sphere. The first is rewardStyle, and that is a company. They've been in existence, I think, 5-6 years, and they really revolutionized the entire industry. So they're the ones that figured out how to bring the brands and the bloggers together with links and widgets and wadgets and all sorts of gadgets that make it very easy for you to see the brands that I'm wearing on a daily basis. So they were the first conference. Actually, I've been the first conference, that I've attended. I joined rewardStyle. This was my very first year, and it was a really nice feather in my cap. And I have that I owe that all to you, my lovely readers that tune in day after day. But anyway, every year they invite the top 200 bloggers within the company, the top 200 revenue producers, to a 3-day jam-packed conference held in Dallas, Texas. And they have classroom sessions, and they have some seminars, and you have brand meetings, and you have cocktail parties, and you have lunches, and it's all attended by the top 200 bloggers in the country. So you can imagine very fashion-forward women, stylish women, fashion-forward women, business women, very savvy, at the top of their game. So you really want to look your very, very best when you go to the rewardStyle conference. So on Thursday morning, bright and early, Mr. Style, he decided to tag along with me this time, and we flew to Dallas, Texas, and we checked in and got settled, and first up for my outfit number one was a pool party, and that was hosted by Soul Society, and it was held outdoors at the rooftop at the hotel, so there's a pool. And so I chose a pink crepe dress by Ralph Lauren, one of my favorite designers. Actually, this is the only dress that I bought for the conference. It was sleeveless, as a fun little flutter overlay, and then I wore a pair of white Gucci flats, or peep toe flats, to keep me very comfortable, because I just didn't want to be in heels around a pool. And let's see. I kept the accessories to minimum. You'll see actually in the video, so I did the videos before we actually left for the conference. So you'll see in the video that I have my big pearls on, but guess I forgot to pack them. Yes, I did. I forgot to pack my pearls, so I just kind of winged it, and I just put on some crystal dangly earrings, and I had a cute clutch from the nonprofit organization Lele, and just called it a day. So it was really, really fun. I slurped down a very tasty margarita that also helped keep me cool. And I called it a day at about, I think the party was from 5 until 7. And I called it a day at 7 o'clock, and I headed back to the hotel. Wanted a really good night's sleep because I knew the very next day I had to get up bright and early. I think breakfast started at 8 a.m. And I knew it was going to be a jam-packed day. So the day actually went from 8 a.m. till I think the cocktail party lasted until like 10-ish. So I had a really, really full day the next day. So for the second day, since I was meeting with brands, and I did have some classroom sessions, and there were seminars, and I also listened to the, I guess the State of the Union, the State of the Blog. That was the morning session. I wanted to be businesslike, yet I still wanted to be stylish. I still wanted to be fashion forward and comfortable. So I always shop my closet first, and basically that's what I did this entire conference. The only dress that I bought was the Ralph Lauren dress. So anyway, so day 2, for outfit number 2, I wore a matching skirt and set that I've had for several years, and this is by Missoni. And it's very comfortable. I felt very just so myself, and I felt like I really represented the brand, because we all know I really like a very casual look but pulled together, and this outfit really gave me that opportunity. And it's a striped skirt, had a little bit of punch of color, and then the matching green sweater. The accessories were just kept to a bare minimum, since there's a cute little tie around the neck of the sweater, and the skirt was very colorful. Originally I picked out a pair of pink suede pumps, and you'll see that in the video, and then a straw clutch. But then I opted at the last minute. I was like, no, I'm going to go with a pair of block heels. So I went with an old standby Ferragamo. They're gold metallic, so I paired that up. And I just felt, just so me and just so on my game. But I really thought it was just kind of a fun and flirty, a little bit fun and flirty outfit, and very feminine as well. And during the daytime, there was a lunch that was hosted by Banana Republic, and I was really glad I had on this skirt because it has a little bit of stretch to it, because they had hamburgers and French fries on the lunch menu. Yes, they did, and I ate every bite. So that was outfit number 2. And then, so after the day events were finished up, so then we went back, rested for a little bit, and then switched out for a cocktail party that was hosted by Bumble. And Bumble is a online dating app that they have these days. I mean, way back in the day, as we know, ladies, we didn't have any of that. We didn't have apps or online dating services or anything. We met people the old-fashioned way, church or work or through friends, college, whatever. But this is an app that that empowers women, I guess, is at the end of the day. That's what they want to do. And so this is where women actually make the first move. So with the online profile, if they like the guy, they're the ones that make the first move. So I thought that was kind of cool, so I thought I'd mention that. But they were the ones that hosted the cocktail party that evening. And the temps were, kind of dropping. So it was not as hot as the day before, which I was really glad, but it was held in the courtyard atrium of the same hotel, the Crescent Hotel, and beautiful little setting. There was wine and champagne and whatnot, and I had a super fun time with bloggers that I had met, Bria from Looking Stylish, and Deb from Fabulous After 40, and Susan from Femme, Dame Certain Age, and I think there was Kathy from Bay Area Fashionista, Jennifer from A Well-Styled Life. Anyway, there was just kind of a whole gang of us that we just kind of congregated and had a lot of fun. So what I'm wearing is a dress that I trotted out on the blog last month. It was when Mr. Style and I were in Charleston, and it was when we went out to dinner one evening. And so this is a very polarizing dress. I found this out after I, put it out in the blog sphere. And I got I had to chuckle. I got this really cute comment from one of my IG followers, and she's like, "I'm sorry, this is just too Wilma Flintstone-ish for me." And so I laughed, and I just, kind of, gave a quick quip back, and I said, "Hey Fred, where are my pearls?" And she got a big kick out of that I didn't take it offensively, because honestly, I don't take anything offensively when it comes to, what I wear. If you talk about my kids badly, I might be after you, I might be mad, but, hey, it's an outfit, it's fashion. But again, so a polarizing dress, but I have to say this is one of my all-time favorite dresses, and it's by one of my all-time favorite designers, and that is Dion van Furstenberg. So just a fun, it has a little bubble hem, it has some sequin appliques on it. It's, again, sleeveless, has a cute little tie, a little ruffle neck. So I kept the accessories very minimum. I had crystal dangly earrings and a crystal clutch purse, satin sling bags from J. Crew that I've had forever, and that was that. And so I felt very chic. Again, very me, very comfortable, but a little, fashion forward. So, so that was the wrap of day 2. So then on to day 3, which is the last day of the conference. So again, we started very early in the morning, and we had meetings, again, classroom sessions, a few seminars. There was a brand hall where we could visit all the brands that were represented there. So again, I wanted to be very business oriented, but yet a little fashion forward. So I selected a dress that I've also had for a very long time by St. John. And again, an upscale designer, very different from my day-to-day look, which is, more the, Ann Taylor's, Talbot's, J. Crew. But when I go to special events, or when it's something that it needs a little bit more elevation, I do think of this as investment dressing, and I'm not afraid to spend the extra money, because I know I will get many, many years of wear out of it, and it really just gives you an elevated look. So, so this was a dress by St. John, and it was in a leopard print that really, you know, kind of had that wow factor. But I did tame the wild beast so I just put a cute little, it was actually chilly. I think the temps had dropped like, when I arrived they were in the 90s, and I think when I left they were in the 50s. So drastic temperature change. So I threw on a little cashmere cardi to keep me warm. Again, the accessories were kept to a minimum. I think I had nude pumps from Zara on, and a pair of gold earrings, and I think a gold bracelet, and that was that. You know, I was kind of done. So accessories are kept to a minimum, and it kept the overall look very businesslike, and so that was my daytime. And so then it was on to the last evening, so that was a black tie optional event. And so you saw, at the party, you saw everything from cocktail dresses to ball gowns and anything and everything in between. It was really very fun just to watch the fashion show at the grand finale. So I chose, for my last outfit, I chose a very simple dress. We all know I like simple, clean lines, and this dress was no different. So this was a dress by Carolina Herrera, and it was green, beautiful color of green. Very simple lines, and then you'll see it on the blog post and the photos, and you'll see it in the little video where I do a 360. So the only thing that really gave it a little bit of zip and pizzazz was this beautiful navy blue bow that was in the back, and then it had these side vents. So again, I kept the accessories to a minimum. I think I just had, I have these, you know, diamond hoop earrings, so I wore those, and I think just my diamond tennis bracelet. And then the crystal encased or crystal encrusted clutch that I can't remember the name of the brand, but it's available at Hallsberg, one of the brands that I partner with that I just love. So that's what I wore to the rewardStyle conference held in Dallas, Texas. So 3 jam-packed days. Started, you know, very early in the morning, finished very late at night. So you can imagine I was very tired by the time that we headed to the airport the next day, and Mr. Style was with me. So I do have to share a little funny story, although I think Mr. Style was kind of looking at me like, are these Alzheimer's symptoms? Am I gonna have to worry about you? So anyway, so we had flown into DFW when we arrived in Dallas, so I didn't even look at the tickets. I just assumed, hey, we're going back to DFW. So we get in our Uber, and I haven't even looked at the tickets, and we go to check in. And guess what? We are not flying out of DFW. No, we are flying out of Love Airfields. We had to quickly call another Uber, get in the car, but you know, thank goodness I do travel with Mr. Style, who really puts in about an extra 4 hours just in case there's an emergency. So needless to say, we caught our flight in time, and it was like 5 a.m. in the morning, so there was really no traffic, thank goodness. Otherwise, it may have been a little bit icy, but I just thought I just had to share that with you. So we arrive in Atlanta, and then Mr. Style heads back to Athens, and I spend the night. And then I catch another 6 a.m. flight. I don't know what it is with me and 6 a.m. flights, but that's what I booked. So headed to New York City, and I always get to see one of my kiddos. Andrew lives there, so I always stay with him. So I dropped off my things at his apartment, and you know, did some blogging, you know, whatever. Headed off, made a mad dash to a cocktail party that Fohr Card hosted on Monday night. And Fohr Card is the other brand, or the other company that I work with in the blog sphere, and I think I explained a little bit of what they do. So they had a seminar, or actually a conference all day on Tuesday, but they had a meet and greet Monday night, and it was cold and it was rainy. It was just a miserable day, so I just threw on a pair of blue jeans, and I grabbed a blazer. It was my style uniform, and I just headed off to the meet and greet. It was very fun, and I got to meet, I mean, I was obviously, or not obviously, but I was the oldest person there. So I'm meeting bloggers in their 20s and 30s, and just so many cute bloggers that I had never heard of before, or just even Instagrammers, and so that was really, really fun. So that's what I wore that night. Then the next day for the all-day seminar, and Deb from Fabulous After 40 joined me, I just wore a very simple, it was Ann Taylor, it's a black ruffled skirt, and then I had on a camp shirt by Ralph Lauren, and I threw on my trusty Moto jacket. I brought my leopard pumps, and even though I'm in New York, so I brought a pair of loafers along. So I walked along the street in loafers and then changed into my leopard pumps when I was there. And then just attended this seminar all day long that had so many different perspectives from so many different people in the blog sphere that I really walked away with just a really good knowledge of what's going on in the industry and just some best tips and best practices that I can bring to you. And it was a whirlwind trip, but so much fun, and I met so many people that I otherwise wouldn't have, and forged new relationships, and I'm just really excited to see what's next. But that's a recap of what I wore to 2 back-to-back conferences in Dallas, Texas, and New York. So there you have it. I'll see you next time.
Conference this past weekend in Dallas. And first up is this darling sleeveless dress from Ralph Lauren. It's pink, a little flutter, and I paired that with flat Gucci peep toe pumps and a really cute metallic clutch. The theme was Tulum, Mexico, and this clutch kind of reinforced that. And this is by Lele, the nonprofit organization that helps women from all over the world. This is my first outfit for Friday, and that's when I met brands and had seminars, and it was just a really jam-packed day. So I wanted to be comfortable. This is a knit set from Missoni that really kept me very, very comfortable all day long. I brought along a straw handbag with pink handles and pink shoes. I have a lining there. The skirt is lined, which is kind of nice. I didn't have to bring a slip along. And this kept me comfy and chic all day long. I really, one of my favorites, had it in my closet, so I was happy to trot it out. This is an outfit that I wore to the cocktail party, the second night that we were there. Not a black tie event, but it was a cocktail party nonetheless. So this is one of my favorite dresses from Diane von Furstenberg. You're either going to love this dress or hate it. I personally love it. I just think it's very fun and flirty, and I love the sequins that are on top of it has like a little balloon hem. Satin slingbacks and a clutch. This is the second full day of meetings that I had, and I chose a dress this day. This is St. John's. This is a sleeveless dress, but it is a fun, wow kind of a dress. It has the animal print. I popped a cardi over the top because it was chilly in the meeting rooms, and I didn't want to freeze my fanny off. I wore it with nude pumps and had a canvas handbag along with it, dedicated look. And this is the last outfit. This is what I wore to the grand finale. This was black tie optional. This is a dress by Carolina Herrera. Very simple, but you see that navy blue bow in the back. That's what gives it its pizzazz. We all know I'm a very simple, clean lines kind of a gal, but that's what really set this outfit apart. And then I brought in some fun shoes. I brought in, since it was very, very hot over the weekend in Dallas in the 80s, I have a pair of yellow sandals, and they have little flowers